right, and you are with the platform. And look, this is an historic moment about to occur because we're going to talk to the first part of the first overseas assignment team ever sent halfway around the world or to the other side of the world by the platform, reporting in, and this is a major moment in Operation Napoleon, reporting in, and he's got video link. He's trying to make his hotel look as bad as possible, and as stark as possible. Martin Devlin is checking in from Gay Paris. Marty, great you can join us. You are looking well.
Bonjour, bienvenue à Paris pour le Coupe du Monde de rugby, Sean.
That all went straight over my head. So you've got there. What's it like in Paris? And I'm going to ask the old question, what's the weather like? What's the vibe like?
Beautiful. 30-hour long-haul flight. Now, everyone that has ever done these kind of flights before, there's nothing pleasant at all about flying in a plane for that length of time. We all know that. You endure it, you get through it. I'm not moaning about it. It's just one of those things. It takes its toll. The older you get, of course it does. We arrived yesterday, Paris time, which was Sunday afternoon. Beautiful weather, Sean. It's between about 24, 26 degrees. It's going to drop quite dramatically in the next week or so. It goes down to about 17, 18, 19, and we're here for the duration right through to the final, regardless of what happens with the All Blacks. And so by that time, it gets down to about 14s or 15s, I think. But look, if you've ever been to Paris, people, Paris is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's one of those cities where you people watch the whole time. It's a bit like New York City. You just park up on the pavement and you watch. Today we went out to Roland Garros, which is the world famous tennis centre where they have the French Open, of course, every year. That's the media centre for the Rugby World Cup. Nothing going on today, Sean, at all. None of the teams are even in Paris.
You got your accreditation. You got your got the accreditation. Access all areas pass.
I got all of that. Well, obviously we're non-rights holders, so we're kind of restricted. We can't get on the grass, can't get near anywhere near the playing field. But we've actually got our tickets confirmed today for both quarterfinals this weekend. They are Sunday morning and Monday morning New Zealand time. Sunday morning the All Blacks versus Ireland. Then the following one, of course, is South Africa versus France. So yeah, really excited, mate. I mean, tomorrow we go to our first All Blacks training. As always, in a massive city as well, it's a logistical exercise. It's going to take 2 trains and a bus tomorrow. So everything's, where we are, you've actually booked us into a beautiful part of town, the 10th arrondissement by Canal Saint-Martin. And it's a really, really cool part of town, kind of bohemian, I suppose I can describe it.
Good Lord, how French architecture.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at my young colleague Lachlan, and I just point to him and say, this is your time of life. Granddad, I just basically need a chair and somewhere sunny to sit and a cold pint. That'll do me.
All right. Hey, is there any buzz? And it's a huge city, international city, and we think of rugby as a big sport because it's our national sport. Is Paris, does Paris know the Rugby World Cup is on?
When you arrive at the airport, there you get certain signs. Obviously, there's huge, big, blown-up rugby balls everywhere. They've got the bunting. They've got all of that. But in terms of what we've seen, we drove in from the airport, caught an Uber in past Stade de France, where these games are going to be played. Obviously, there's a fair bit of signage around there. But where we're staying, the 10th arrondissement. So an arrondissement is like a district. It's like, say, if you're living in Wellington, your first district would be Central City. Your next district might be Newtown. Your following district would be
Iron Bay. So you're staying like Arrow Valley?
We're staying probably, if in Wellington terms, I'd say we're staying, more around that area, I think. Yeah, it's actually I'd say Mount Vic. I'd say Mount Vic. But,
all right. Nice.
Where the central city is a little bit away. But you booked us in a great place because we've got a metro station right next to us. So look, you've got to forgive us, people. I mean, the first show is going to be a little bit kind of different from what it normally is. We're pretty well jet lagged. I mean, honestly, you get here and it was the afternoon. You try and sort of stay awake in normal time so that you sleep at normal time. But in the first night's sleep, I was up, kind of awake every hour. I feel pretty shagged at the moment, actually. What is it, 9:30 or 9:45 at night, something like that? Yeah. And we're up pretty early this morning.
We move fast and break things, Marty. If it all goes wrong, I've got a solution. I'm just going to book you and lock you on a flight to Tel Aviv.
Look, I was just watching before, and this is the crazy thing when you're away from home. Like, I knew none of this until today because I hadn't been following the news. There's a Netflix show called Fauda. Have you ever watched that, Sean?
No, I haven't.
Fauda. 4 series. People, watch that and you will get some understanding. It's about an undercover Israeli commando unit operating in the Gaza Strip. And all of the stuff you're seeing now, it's almost like art imitating life, is in this series. It's horrific. I was listening to you before. I totally agree. You know, I'm watching Sonny Bill Williams posting all this stuff, and I'm just thinking, dude, what do you know apart from absolutely nothing? When it comes down to it, let me break it down like this. Teenagers are getting killed. How is that good? In any situation at all, to destroy life at that age. How is that good? And I know that this is a conflict that goes back. I studied this at university. This goes back generations, decades, years, hundreds of years. But how is it good for any human to think that killing teenagers is a great idea on any side? I'm not blaming anyone. I'm blaming them all.
Yeah,
and
I
just
must
saying, for
admit,
God's
Marty,
sake,
when it all
please,
kicked off on the
sort it
weekend,
out.
I was thinking of saying to you guys, I just want you to be careful. You are in an international city. There are tensions around, migration, immigration, and Islamic stuff in Paris. So I am going to say to you, just watch yourselves. You don't need to cover anything that looks dangerous or more dangerous than the French forward pack or the Irish forward pack. Mate, I'm going to let you get back to it. I know you guys are busy. I'm looking forward to hearing. Miles is all good, and hopefully if we have any technical problems, we're going to fix them. And like, you've got to have a nicer backdrop in the hotel room for that. I want you to dress the set.
Yeah, I can tell you honestly, people have warned us as well. When it comes to Paris, the hotel rooms are not just small; they are very petite.
Okay.
You get a bed. You get a bathroom. That's basically it. You can't swing a cat. So where I am is the little desk that we have here. Lachlan set up the studio in his room. Honestly, opening the suitcase and putting it on the floor, that's the end of the floor space.
Okay, so you put the key in the front door and you break the back window.
Pretty much, that's how it is, mate. But look, we're really looking forward to it. Very excited about these games coming up this weekend. And thank you to Miles, and thank you to you and everyone else that has donated and actually contributed to us being here. I can tell you that the first show that we put out to you, that was kind of a bit of a jet lag show. We'll be rip-roaring from tomorrow, mate.
Yep. Jolly good, and no problems, Marty. Lovely to see your smiling face. That is a Monsieur Martin Devlin from the 11th arrondissement of Paris, and apparently we lucked in on the hotel. That is great. And we will get the first of his shows, of his special Project Napoleon shows, 1 to 4 this afternoon. We've got Miles with Ruby back here, just making the traffic run on time. Right now, Lockie is feeding all the stuff and the material they've got through to Josh, who is throwing it into our computer system. I'm amazed. It's a great thing about the platform, there is no master plan. Everybody makes a contribution and we work it out as we go along. That means we all share in our failures. And also it means every one of us can celebrate our successes.